Seriously. Scotty isn't going to voice his own intro for this episode?
Just shut up and move on. Welcome to the Scotty Donst Show, reaching the milestone episode number 17.
Z100 Portland's Morning Zoo, and Dan Clark, Dano, on the show was an awesome producer, and they produced some good parody songs and also various CDs for different times. And they had a CD release party at a hotel. And I went there, and oh my God, they had a fantastic breakfast spread, including fresh pineapple. I was very happy I went to that event and got my CD autographed, and probably somewhere in my stuff I still have it, but I know not where. It's in boxes somewhere. Oh, that reminds me of another cool thing. I had been working graveyard shift making silicon wafers, and so I got off. No, I was a day off, so I was still awake all night. And in the morning zoo was at Portland Airport, just because they could. I think it was a heavy travel day. And I went to see that. And they had two people who they put on, I believe it was an Alaska flight to Seattle. They were flying every 30 minutes back then. They put the people on the plane to go to Seattle and do a scavenger hunt where they would have to find things and bring them back before the show ended at 10 a.m. to the zoo in the Portland airport. That was kind of cool because they had given them cell phones, which was a rarity, and they were calling in with updates. I kind of wish I had a recording of that show because I appeared on the air a couple times. Gee, Scotty, don't appear on the air in multiple stations all the time. It's going to look like you're some kind of wannabe. Yeah, well, people say that about my podcast too, don't they? All righty. So the end of the story was part of the things they had to bring back was coffee from Starbucks because, well, that was Seattle's big thing back then. And the guy had gotten them a single Starbucks, and the lady had got him a 4-pack for, each prime member of the show. Ooh, heavy traffic heading into Seattle when I'm just a half mile away from the exit for T-Mobile Mariners. Great. Full stop. Anyway, the guy had a single coffee, so when they got off the plane, he was able to sprint through the airport, and she kind of had to walk slowly. So she arrived back at the station booth about 10, 12 minutes after the guy did. So the guy won, and I don't remember how much cash it was. I think it was their $1,000 a day for the birthday wheel. I could be wrong. Those of you in Portland radio websites and message boards and Discord servers, please feel free to email me or Instagram me with correct information, because I don't mind being corrected when I'm wrong. But please don't challenge me when I'm right, because that's upsetting. But Scott, how do we know if you're right? If I say it, it's right unless I flag it as potentially wrong. That's just the way things work. The Waze that I'm using and my Samsung Galaxy Watch are disagreeing on the path to take. I'm going to take the flyover for the West Seattle Bridge, which has a Spokane Street exit for T-Mobile Park. and avoid the stop and go traffic below. Okay, so the watch has bought on to the route given by Waze. And ooh, Spokane Street. I was born in Spokane. Totally apropos of nothing. It's just kind of weird to have a Spokane Street in Seattle. Okay, so there was a show called The 4400 about some meteor or asteroid that came to Earth, and 4,400 people, they like disappeared, or no, it's people who disappeared and came back when the asteroid comet came back. So, and they all had powers of some kind. Well, it was based in Seattle, where some of the powered people were taking over the streets of Seattle. And okay, stop. Stop directing me. Exit. Okay, so the streets of Seattle, they were claiming area for their own. And during one of the parts, the Hollywood writers must not have known Seattle intimately because they called the West Seattle Bridge the Spokane Street Bridge, which obviously they got the name from maps. It's like, come on, hire somebody local to give you the flavor and the correct names for things. There, okay, Hollywood screwing up Washington State. There was a Tommy Lee Jones where he was some kind of investigator or police, and they were looking up somebody by name, and he said, well, the Washington State DMV kicked back the following license. And it's like, no, Washington State driver's license are handled by the Department of Licensing. It's like, how stupid can you be? We don't have a DMV for licensing people to operate vehicles. All right. And at this note, I am going to end
To the Scotty Donst Show.